Right, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day. What's that? So we've just called the girls back in because they were barking in the garden, which woke Soph up. But as Alba came onto the bed, she had a plume of dust where they'd been rolling around in the dry mud and kicking up dust. So have a look at this. Nope. Go for it. Did it do it? Yeah. I think they've been having a lot of fun. God, it's like she's smoking. That's insane, baby girl. Someone's clearly been having fun in the garden.
I'm not going to lie. Can you not be so close to the edge of that, please? You're welcome.
Gorgeous. So, I'm kind of just sat here and my eyes are just... I want to tear them out my face. I don't even know if they look that bad. Do they look bad?
They look poofy.
Oh, I know they look red.
Yeah.
Hay fever is a bitch. Literally, I just want to claw them out. It's just awful.
It's funny that your hay fever affects your eyes like that, whereas mine, my whole entire face, because of my sinuses and stuff, like the whole of like this area of my face gets really painful.
Yeah.
And, like, agonizing.
You get pain in your sinuses. I get it where I sound nasally. It affects my lungs and my eyes. It's just crazy how it affects people differently. But right now, it is really hit. I've not had it with my eyes this year so far until this morning. And they are literally just burning where it's just affecting it so much.
Well, my throat's itching, which only happens with hay fever as well.
Yeah.
So.
And I take a lot of like antihistamine sort of stuff and steroids. And this still affects me like this. I don't like it.
Nope.
Hay fever, you can go away now.
Yep.
Look at this as well, matching. I put this top on. She comes down the stairs this morning wearing basically the same bloody top as me.
It's completely different, but...
It's white embroidery top.
It is.
That's the only similarity.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that we both look the same. The material's different as well. This is like this...
kind of like a crepe.
Stretchy cotton, really nice, light, breezy sort of material.
And this one's thicker, it's more like a t-shirt material.
It's a thick cotton.
But it's cool-ish.
Yeah, they are. Whoop whoop.
I just want to do writing. I've got a Dixie down this side who just made me sit there for like 20 minutes, just with my hand like this. Just
Not even moving it, just
like this. Every time I took it off, she looked at me and was just like...
rude. This is a gizmo toy. How did it get in here?
That's my loofah, Mum. It's mine now.
I can grip hold.
You can't, Mum. You lie. Oh, I can shred. I think I'm jealous, Mum. It's quite hard to shred, you know, Mum.
Oh, I gotta lie down for this.
Oh, it's quite good to rip this paper a bit off your outside. It's nice and nip.
Well, that changed quickly. She's so damn cute. Oh, it's in my toothy pegs, Mum.
You need help?
Yeah, Mum.
Come here. Dixie, come here. Come here.
Oh, what's that film
Is
where...
it in...
Oh, I've got two appendages going on.
Don't try and catch it.
No,
Do not...
I don't care. What's that film where they get pine cones? Oh, The Lion King. When he like lands in the thorns. The hyenas. And they're trying to... I'll see if I can get a picture and I'll put it in here.
All I had in my head was Sid from Ice Age going, pine cones! When you said pine cones, I said, can you be careful? You burped in my face!
You're welcome. I keep trying to throw it, but I get too excited. Anyway, what I picked the camera up for was my dyslexia has been really bothering me lately when I'm trying to write. The other day in one of my pen pals, I spelt my as it like.
Yes. Too low for me, Mum. I think your knee's in the way.
In my little envelope pot. So yeah, I spelt my as it like Y-M, and I did a card and a pen pal reply the other day, put it in a square envelope, and I'm like, damn it, need to change it, because America, your postal service is really bizarre by not liking square things. Every time I've sent a card and it's square, it never gets there. It always gets returned back to us.
For example, every single one of the 20-something Christmas cards that we sent to America
All came back. So I cut all the envelope out to make it a completely different size other than square. Wrote it all beautifully. And then I spelt Chuck, like Chutch. Chutch. And I went all that effort making it all pretty, all nicely wrote, and I still spelt Chutch.
You're making a mess. Don't look at me. I'm taking this out to my pride.
Yeah, go rub it in Gizmo's face.
She's literally just let the easier tail. Ding ding.
You are.
Yeah.
All casual like,
I know.
with my ears blowing in the wind.
Oh yes, good. Oh. Oh. What?
What's she doing down
I'm
there?
photogenic. I really want that.
As soon as Pickle leaves it, she's gonna pounce on it.
Do you need some assistance? Is it in your tooth? You've got a bit stuck in your tooth.
Did you get it?
Let me see. No, it's still there, isn't it? Come on.
I'll sit down for this.
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. You're doing really well. Hang on.
I don't pick at your
Stuck
tooth.
right in between them.
Does someone need a toothpick?
Yeah.
I got some pliers.
I don't think I want that near my face, Mummy.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh. As Sophie's doing it, I'll continue talking to you. So, today, checked on the tracking for filling Alex's parcel, to which they had their baby girl yesterday, and she is beautiful and got so much hair. Absolutely gorgeous. And for the last 4 days, The tracking has remained at Stansted Airport. But when I say remained, every day, like every 24 hours, it rechecks in telling me that it's still at Stansted Airport. And well, it's supposed to be delivered by tomorrow. Well, it ain't going to get to America and delivered to the location by tomorrow. So I recontacted them again, and this person actually told me that it's probably not got there because of it being a PO box, which, if you haven't seen, a few days ago, I talked about FedEx and one of those little tuft, yeah. FedEx are not like in PO boxes, so go check that out. And when I spoke to two different people on two separate occasions before, they didn't tell me that the parcel now is at a standstill because it knows there's a PO box, so it isn't going to be moving from that destination.
Which it would have been nice if they put it at a standstill before it left our freaking house so we could change it.
Yeah. So why didn't it register that it was a PO box and then say that it needed a different address? Maybe they could add that to the system. So I messaged them again today and just what's going on with this tracking? And it's supposed to be arriving by tomorrow, and that's when they said about it being a PO box. That's why it's not even left the country. So this person actually asked for an alternative address, which the lady the other day that I spoke to said that they might be able to send it to an alternative address, but they don't know. But this bloke has taken the alternative address, sent it to FedEx to see whether they can put it on the parcel, and I've got to check in 2 days' time to see, I'll be checking anyway before then, to see if the tracking has changed. If it hasn't, then I've got to re-talk to Parcels to Go to see what FedEx have come up with next. But I also then turned and said, well, I took out the insurance of it, that if it doesn't get delivered by the 2nd, I get my money back. Am I going to be getting my money back? And they turned and said that they can't process that until an attempt, attempted delivery has been done, and if it's not been possible. And then once that happens, then I can have the means to be able to process for the refund. But I got to be careful of how I word it, because if I word it where I'm asking for a refund, or asking for it to be sent differently, I will not get the refund. If they approach me and state, alright, we failed what you paid for, here's the refund, then I'll get it. So that's just the whole pile of steaming turd as it is. Yeah. So, baby girl is born in the NICU, and the stuff that we made for her while she's in the NICU is currently not going to get used. But it seems like a complete waste, but thankfully, well, it's kind of thankfully, but kind of not. Thankfully, she's having surgery, so it's going to get used. But obviously, it's not thankful that she's having surgery because nobody wants their child to have surgery, if that makes sense.
It does.
What? Just a nightmare. Why didn't they ask for the alternative address 2 days ago when I spoke to them last? So stupid. But yesterday I also emailed the vets because we needed more needles for Hour's injections and also the tablets that she has every day. And I emailed them we're still in lockdown because of my lung disease and I don't know how we're going to get it. And they've been really lovely. They said that one of the nurses lives quite close to us, and she certainly said that she's happy to come drop it round. And literally just after 6, we had a little knock on the door, and there was this little baggie on our doorstep, and it had everything in there, which is just really lovely because they have gone above and beyond for us with everything. The fact that we can still go straight with our insurance rather than us having to pay and then claim from the insurance, where pretty much there might be 1 or 2 others now, but when they decided this, we were the only ones, and they kind of gave us a bit of leeway because the amount of stuff that we've done for our girls and they've done for our girls, and like we know them quite well, so that's been quite lovely. And then obviously the fact that they've just gone out of their way to deliver this to us as well, when they didn't have to. They could have turned and said to send somebody on our behalf, which is what a lot of places are doing. So that was been really nice. And then this evening, I've had this horrible, like, pain in my chest. It's on my left side, and I can't work out if it's my lung, or if it's the muscles, or if it's, like, pleurisy, or anything like that. But all I know is it hurts. I've taken pain relief. I've just taken the second CBD gummy, which a very long time ago now, as in like 2 months, 3 months. We did a vlog on the new CBD products that I've got. I've got strawberry flavoured.
That's long ago.
Yeah, because we got it for your dad for April at least. So we would have got it February, March. But yeah, I've got strawberry flavoured oil, which is in like a little dropper thing, and you just put some of it under your tongue. But I've also got these gummies, which are super cute. Da, 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 da. Boom! And they've got a good dose of CBD in there. And generally I take 1 or 2 and just see how I go with it, just to see if they help with the pain. The first that I took didn't help at all. The second one, it's taken a bit more of the edge off of it, but we just don't know what this pain is, other than it's really uncomfortable and really not nice. And like we always like freak out when it's the pain on my left side, because obviously your heart's on that side as well, and it's just like, ooh. But I do think it is either my lung or the muscles around my lungs. It doesn't feel heart-like.
My opinion is that I think it's your lungs, because you brought up a load of really gross lung stuff earlier.
It was really gross.
Kind of looked like a chunk of your lung.
It was kind of lung-like. Yeah. Yeah, it's not been good. I've been coughing up a little bit more again the last few days. I'm not on my antibugs anymore. But my temperature, it has dropped. So it's like, well, is this like the residual stuff that's coming up post-infection? It's just really difficult. It's like, I think I've only been 3 days post-antibugs. So I just need to keep an eye on it and see if it does still improve or if it gets worse again. And if it does, then I'm going to have to just contact the doctors again.
Life is gonna kill us.
Fun! Whoop, whoop. But anyway, I'm gonna... Oh, so rang the doctors as well today.
That wasn't what I was going to say, good thinking. But yeah, I rang the doctors this morning about my sinuses and everything, and they have decided to put me on some fexofenadine, which is a stronger antihistamine, which hopefully she thinks that it will kind of like kick it in the butt and...
Should no longer have a face ache.
Yeah, sort it. And sort it out nice and quickly.
Dixie! Well, I didn't know what the hell that was all
I
about,
saw someone.
so I had to run.
Yeah. I spoke about statins as well, but they've decided that until...
Dixie!
Dixie!
She's going absolutely wild.
Got her apples off there a bit.
Or
Yeah.
Eccles.
Yeah, her apples.
Eccles cake.
Yeah. But they decided that until Corona's done, not to put me on statins, because the pros of me being on statins at the moment don't outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that as well, which is good. But I was going to say about the death toll, I can't remember exactly what it was.
550 something.
Mum said to me earlier that they said, that gate is still up, isn't it? It hasn't clattered since.
Your mum.
I'm creeping out. Oh yeah. Mum said that they said that they were going to gradually reopen stuff, and in the course of like a week they've sent children back to school, they've opened shops, they've allowed people to meet in groups, they've said that sick people can go out now and meet one other person, and it's just they're doing everything. And like my mum said, the problem now is which we've seen it already, if the death increases again, then they aren't going to know which thing it is that caused it to go up. Like, which one was the one that is causing more people to die all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it's all going all at once. And the other problem is now is the fact that obviously things are opening more. The weather is getting better, so everybody is going to be going to these like really nice destinations like Cornwall to go to beaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're
So then if they're opening up shops and all of that, then it's just going to bring the virus down to Cornwall.
Yeah.
Cornwall's been quite lucky actually that we've not had that many cases. But now that everything's opening up, watch this space. It's gonna. They're talking about doing like lockdowns for different areas if it has a bit more of an influx in like cases and deaths and whatever. So it just feels like Launceston, well, not Launceston itself, but Cornwall is just going to be
It's going to be
locked down for even longer. It's just doing our head in.
It is.
But we will just have to see how it goes, and hope that it just doesn't pick up too bad. But never
It
mind.
already went from 100 or something yesterday to nearly 600 today, so
Yep,
that's a good start.
joys. So, I'm going to get on and sort out my church envelope,
Forgot about that. Chuck.
and we'll see you tomorrow. So thanks for coming on and stay with us. I don't know. As it happened, I saw in my head like, thanks. But Mummy's the one that's upset. Go give Mummy a hug.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.